Hello there, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria. This is Radiant Moon Tarot. We are doing your December 2023 money and career reading for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you guys. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm always grateful for every single one of you. Let's have a look and see what we've got coming out for you guys in the month ahead. Oh, you are being very encouraged here to make some moves or to make some changes and to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. We do have the energy of walking away. So the funny thing is when it comes to our money, or it comes to our career path, we quite often do need to leave something behind in order to expand our horizons and improve our situation. And so the walking away energy is encouraging you to take that step forward, to open the door, to open the gate, and to move forward into a better tomorrow. For some of you, this could be leaving behind spending habits, patterns, and behaviors in regards to your money. Sometimes we need to walk away from something and recognize the difference between wants and needs. And things are very expensive these days. We do live in a culture almost, depending where you are, we've got this fear of missing out, right? We've got social media that goes on and, everything looks like sunshine and rainbows when we look at people's profiles and things like that. It's like, I want what they have. And the truth is, behind the scenes, not everything is what it seems. It's smoke and mirrors. It's an illusion. So this is a really empowering message for you. Know when to stand up, know where to put your boundaries, know when to walk away, and know when to embrace something. But you have the power to open the door, you have the power to make change, and you have the power to follow your goals and your dreams and have that sunshine, better tomorrow, abundance and prosperity that you absolutely do deserve. We do have the garden and the gate as well. And the garden and the gate shows an element of safety. And you see this girl on here, she's got a key around her neck. The key opens this gate. And where she is right now, she's protected, she's safe, she's secure. She's in a familiar environment. There may not necessarily be something super wrong with it, but there's something better on the horizon. There's something better opening when she opens that gate, right? It leads to something a little bit different or something a little bit more in alignment with who she is and what she wants right now. But sometimes what happens is, even though we have the key to open that door, we have the power to make positive change or to create the life that we want, to go for our goals, go for our dreams. We sometimes do get a little bit afraid, right? Afraid of change, afraid of what happens if I do this and I leave the things that I am familiar with. What happens when I go into the unknown? And that can really keep us going around in circles. And there's a lot of people who are really awakening to who they're meant to be and what path they're meant to follow right here and right now. So we've got two gates here. One is open, one is closed. You have a choice. Which one is yours, right? Make that change you want to make, go for the promotion, ask for that raise, leave something behind that you don't necessarily need right now, even though maybe something that you want, you recognize whether you can afford something or not, leaving behind bad spending habits, right? And freeing yourself from debt, perhaps, in this energy. So doors are opening, doors are closing, and you have the power to initiate those things. We've got the Eight of Candles coming in here, which is the Eight of Wands. This is an absolutely wonderful energy. You're being encouraged to move forward, to follow your goals, to take those next steps. The Eight of Candles is the Eight of Wands energy. So this might be a month for you where there's a lot going on. You got a lot on the go. You're keeping it together. The Eight of Candles can speak to some really positive news coming in here for you, or those things that you're manifesting in your life are starting to take some sort of shape and form. But this is overcoming obstacles. This is breaking free, breaking away from something that's holding you back or keeping you stuck. in some way. This can represent abundance and prosperity to you with the Eight of Wands as well. Number 8 is a very powerful number, but it does require being open and flexible and adaptable, recognizing your unlimited potential that you hold within you. And sometimes we don't always recognize our value. We don't always recognize our worth. It's just a very empowering energy that's coming in for you. It's like, I am successful. I am abundant. I can do it. I believe in myself. I'm confident. And, sometimes you need to be willing to take a little bit of a risk. The challenge in your month, the challenge in your month ahead, we do have the Five of Gifts, okay? And the Five of Gifts is the Five of Pentacles. So if you are familiar with tarot at all, the Five of Pentacles is, it can be a lack mentality, focusing on the things that you don't have, focusing on the things that you can't afford, the things that you haven't achieved, you haven't accomplished, right? And when we get in that energy, it can be really hard to get out of. So just be aware of that. The Five of Gifts can also represent that maybe things are quite expensive at this time, right? And we know, I think it's around the world, housing costs have gone up, energy costs have gone up, grocery costs have gone up, right? And, sometimes it's easy to get in this energy, in this mentality here where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And we don't want to spiral down into that. The universe is infinitely abundant and there is plenty for everyone. So don't listen to the 1%, right? You've got a goal, a vision, a dream. You want to make positive change. You want to attract abundance to you. We need to be the abundance that we want to attract into our lives. So in this energy, this is important to, sometimes we need to say no to the things that maybe we can't necessarily afford right now, or those things that may put us in debt. The Five of Gifts can be this element of, potentially going into debt for something. So sometimes it's out of necessity. Sometimes it's, we, for example, go into monumental debt to buy a house, right? We get a mortgage. So this can be not necessarily a negative thing. It can be a positive thing, but yeah, you got to pinch those pennies a little bit, right? You got to batten down the hatches. Sometimes there's those things that we want, and it's like, you know what? I don't want to go into debt just to get this bright and shiny thing that other people are getting. Do I really need that right now? Right? Do I need that big, 80-inch TV hanging on the wall, or am I happy with my 4-year-old, 40-inch TV that's sitting on top of the fireplace, right? So, if it still works and there's nothing wrong with it, then this might not be the right time for that. Okay. So just be aware of some unexpected expenditures as well for you. We do hear nightmare scenarios, in January when the credit card bills come in, and how people are like, oh yeah, it's a Blue Monday or something like that, I think they call it. And this is the people that have gone into debt over Christmas, over New Year's, and all of this stuff. And if you think you can dig yourself out of it, then great. Everyone has a choice to make, right? But we have to sometimes recognize, is it worth it or not? So the Five of Gifts also can represent that there is a bit of a stubborn energy, by the way. Okay, it's that, you might be feeling left out. You might be feeling like you're not enough, or that you don't have everything that you want. You might have some unexpected bills. And the thing is that if you are in a position where you do need some help, reach out and ask for help, because there's always a light here at the end of the tunnel. There's always a way to turn something around, right? But sometimes we do need to put our pride aside, or we do need to ask for a little bit of assistance. And it's not always easy to do that, right? Because it requires a little bit of humility, perhaps, right? But there is help and resources out there for you. And we just need to open the door, open the horizon, expand your horizons, change your perception, and find them. Okay. So not all is lost there. And we do have your blessings. We've got the Ace of Canes. Now this is the Ace of Swords. So this is a beautiful energy, the energy benefiting you the most. New conversations, new ideas. The Ace of Canes energy, this is where we've got the Sword of Fate, the Sword of Destiny, right? So there could be some fated events that are happening for you in the month ahead, okay, or those doors that you've previously started to open. And this is where something bright and shiny and something new comes in, a new way of thinking. The Ace of Swords, what we can do is cut away any kind of negative energy energy or negative ways of thinking, right? We can let something go, walk away, and move forward in a better direction. And that's that Ace of Canes, a new, fresh approach at things, new way of thinking, right? So if you're looking for a door to open, okay, there's some clarity coming in here. The Ace of Canes does bring us a big old yes card, right? The Five of Gifts, okay, our challenge energy is focusing on the no, and the blessings here is focus on the yes, focus on the positive, and you will find what it is that you're looking for. Be willing to try new things, be willing to get out of your comfort zone, and ultimately be willing to let something go. Now, this is matters of the mind, very specifically, and so, sometimes we just get in a little bit of a mindset that is just a little bit challenging, right? And so this is about a shift in your mindset, a shift in your way of thinking, and this does lead you towards success. Now, expect here with the Ace of Canes, a big idea, a big burst of inspiration or clarity may come in here for you, okay? And again, whatever ideas, whatever thoughts that you've got going on with that Ace of Canes, the Eight of Candles shows that where you put your focus, where you put your attention, and you make moves forward, you get the results, right? You see the results of your work and of your efforts. There's going to be a great energy, but a big old yes card coming in there for you. So focus on abundance, focus on positivity, focus on the yes. Okay, ask for what it is that you want. Stand up for yourself, speak your mind, and you just never know what might happen, what might change for you. We have the Two of Gifts coming in here as your advice from Spirit. Okay, now this is about finding balance, and very interesting, right? Because you've got dude out here, he's walking in the snow and he's been shopping, and we all know we do spend a lot of money in December quite often. So in this energy here, your advice from Spirit is to make sure that you are making balanced and healthy choices. Right, that difference, that discernment, right? Do I want this thing or do I need this thing, right? Two very different things. Sometimes we got to walk away. This can be balancing your money, balancing your finances, your resources, and making sure that you've got everything that you need to move forward throughout your month. But this can represent that you have a choice to make, right? You're juggling some options, right? So some of you, if you're looking for some change, you're looking, for some improvement in your life, you might have more than one opportunity, right? Remember, the Eight of Candles over here does represent abundance. So lots of chitter chatter. You might have some really good news that does come in, but with this Two of Gifts, you might have a very important choice to make. And so you're being very encouraged to see which one is right for you, to take a step back and say, okay, do I go left? Do I go right? Or is there a hidden option there? Is this something that I really want? Do I say yes to this and no to this? And the funny thing is here, it might be challenging to say no to something that may seem kind of tempting with the Five of Gifts, but your blessing is the ability to make the right choice for yourself, to see clearly which choice, which option is best for you. But the Two of Gifts, that Spirit does say here in this energy, you got a lot going on. Okay, and the Eight of Candles is the same thing. You got a lot going on, a lot of busy activity, time for you in the month ahead. And just make sure that you are making time and space for yourself, for your family, because when we get the Two of Gifts, this does require a little bit of balance. Something is off balance, off kilter, and you have the ability to restore a little bit of balance and harmony in your world. Let's pull some more cards and let's see what else we've got. We've got the Crossroads. There you go. Crossroads decision. Do I go left? Do I go right? We see Santa Claus standing there at that signpost, right? Which way do I go? What choice do I make? So yeah, you might have some very important choices to make, a little bit of a theme throughout your reading. All right, but we've got the Whips coming in here. This might be something that does come back up again over and over and over again. We've got the Snake. The Snake is not always the best card. But hold on, let me pull the rest of them. We've got the Anchor. There we go. And we've got the House. Okay, so we do have a little bit of slightly challenging energy at the beginning of the month. Fear not, because this is a recurring theme throughout all the readings that I've done so far. So the beginning of December is a little bit up and down, okay, or a little bit frustrating, maybe a little bit confusing even, okay. And then as the month goes on, we do get a little bit more clarity, focus. We do find a sense of relief, and things get a little bit better. But we do start out with the Crossroads, right? Which path do I take? take? What direction do I go in? I feel like I'm being split in two. So some of you here, right, you've got some family obligations and things like that. And maybe you're trying to decide, okay, like, can I afford to take some time off work right now? And is it gonna have an effect in my pay, right? And sometimes we just can't afford to take time off, right? This is a time of year when a lot of people do take vacations, and they do take that extra time off to spend with friends or family, or just enjoy the silly season, so to speak. But it can, in some cases, have an impact on your pocketbook, right? So just make sure that whatever you're doing, you are making the right choice for yourself. And with this Ace of Swords here, right, it's a little epiphany moment, the light bulb moment. So you'll know what choice is right for you. But we do have the whips coming in here, and we do have the snake. I'll just address both of these two together, right? I mean, imagine all of a sudden walking down your pathway and a snake pops up in your path. It's like, ugh, don't want to do that. So this could be something. Make sure that you make the right decision for yourself, or something might bite you in the butt. Okay, and we don't want that snake to bite you in the butt. But the whips can represent this can represent a younger person, someone who's acting rather childish and belligerent and causing a little bit of grief. The snake can sometimes come in as as a little bit of betrayal, as a person that you might not be able to trust. So just be aware of that there, of someone pulling the wool over your eyes, okay, or not necessarily operating in your best interest, okay, or trying to manipulate you or control you in some way. Just be a little bit aware of that. Be aware of online scams, okay? All right, just make sure that whatever websites you're going to are legitimate. Make sure they're secured, all that kind of stuff. Be aware of phishing scams. I don't know about you, but I get messages on my cell phone, and they're text messages, and Amazon has a refund for you. Yeah, no, they don't. They don't owe me any money, and if they did, they wouldn't communicate via text message anyway. So just be aware of those kind of things, right? Make sure you're making the right decisions, the right choices there. But there could be some recurring issues that do come up with someone in your workplace, something like that. And sometimes this can be a catalyst moment, right? This recurring issue with a coworker, you don't quite trust them, they're only out for themselves. And maybe they do act a little bit childish, or and this could actually be something that actually pushes you out that gate, right? Pushes you out that garden. So whatever the situation is, just beware of people or situations around that may be a little bit more complicated than they need to be, something where tempers may run a little bit high, something here where you may need to negotiate, okay, or you may need to put up some boundaries and say no, okay, to something there, okay, something that you're doing, or something that involves other people, but certainly something evolving around your money, which can be at home, or your career, right, your career path there, something there. But I do think here that whatever goal that you have set for yourself here, when we show the anchor restores stability in our lives. The anchor is something that we're striving for, right? Think of a ship that puts down an anchor, right? It stays in one place. It's where it wants to be. It doesn't want to drift away. And so with this energy here, the anchor can show that you've got a goal in mind, you know what it is you want, and you have the ability here to achieve it, right? To make that right decision for yourself, or to have that important conversation and get things back on track. This does bring you stability, security, but also brings your goals within reach, or even right in the palm of your hand. The house restores stability and security for you as well. Okay, the house can also represent it can represent a department, it can represent a company, or it can represent your actual home. So again, for some of you, you might be negotiating something over here, right? There might be some interesting activities over here. And so if you're looking at like buying a house, we said that when we have the five of gifts, the Five of Pentacles energy, that, sometimes we do go into debt, but for a reason, for a purpose, and it's a good purpose. And so some of you might be moving where you live. You might be negotiating here, the whips, right? We can be negotiating or cleaning some things up, getting some things resolved there. So there might be some complicated process or maybe some hiccups that are along the way, but then here you get what you want. So if you're looking at buying a house, if you're looking at moving, if you're looking for that career change, or if you're just looking for things just to settle down so that you feel good where you are, your money things are resolved, things are good in your house, in your home, you restore balance, you're getting things to where you want to get to, right? All of that is within reach, right? And it's really based on your ability to make that. Starts out with a decision, right? And unfolds from there. So overall, like I said, starts out a little bit rocky, most likely. I mean, 2023 has had some crazy stuff go on, and 2023 seems determined to go out with a bang and not a whimper. So, but I do think here that by the time New Year's comes along, there's some very interesting things that are happening or that are being resolved for you. So that period between Christmas and New Year's. We have savings. Hey, would you look at that? All right. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. All right. So some of you might be dipping into your savings, but some of you, again, you might be saying no to buying frivolous things or things that you don't necessarily need right now. And this is how you can keep a little bit more of your money in the bank, which is kind of challenging to do these days. We have attracting, not chasing here as well. Anything or anyone that you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. Always important to recognize that, right? We all have the fight or flight instinct, and when we're trying to do things in our lives, make positive change, or manifest things in our lives, that's important to recognize as well. We want to be open, receptive, adaptable, flexible, Eight of Wands energy, right? And we don't want to really try and control things, right? Because that blocks the energy. Five of Pentacles. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. Okay, something to mull over. I'll leave that there. I hope there was something here for you. If there was, and if you enjoyed your reading, please do hit that like button. It lets me know you resonate with the reading. It also lets YouTube know to show it more people. And if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit the notification bell, in theory, you will always be notified when I post new content, which is very, very frequently. So I thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic month ahead, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.